Hi guys, today we'll be doing a basics on how to use the Brother SDX cutting machine using the Canvas workspace. Let's go. Okay, before we start on how to use the cutting machine, we need to create an account first before we can use the Canvas workspace. So what you can do is to follow the link or the QR code in front of you um, and create an account. So using this account, you can access the browser mode or the offline app. Okay, so either way it requires you to have an account first. Okay, so what I'll be walking through with you is the browser mode is the same as the offline, which is the downloaded app. Okay, so once you have logged in, you are greeted with this menu: Canvas project, my projects, and pattern collections. So in order for you to create your own project, click on the tab my projects. What you can do is click on new project. So let's walk through some of the tools that is in front. So the first one, the top bar on the most left, is the project title, which you can adjust whatever name that you would like to rename. The icon on the right hand side is to create again a new project, which we don't have to create now. So this arrow down button allows you to save your project. So after any edits or any adjustment that you make, please do not forget to click on this button. So other than that, I will show the other options later on. So on the left hand side, there are a few options: my projects, basics, border, logo, text. Okay, on this menu is self-explanatory. Okay, my projects will only open up your previous projects that you have created. Okay, basics allows you to choose the basic shapes that are available in the app. Okay, these are just basic shapes: border shapes, logo, and text. Okay, so let's play around with a basic shape. Let's say I'll use a square. So all you need to do is click on the option basic and click on a square. It will appear on the main workspace. So this workspace coincide with the cutting mat that you have on your Brother cutting machine. So the dimensions are 30 by 30, 30 cm by 30 cm. So the vector that you is in front of you on the bottom left hand side will show you the dimension, which is 100 mm, which is 10 cm, about 100 mm tall and 100 mm wide. So you can change this if you prefer. All you need to do is click on show properties. Okay, here you can click on unlock maintain aspect ratio. Therefore you can make any adjustments without any care that the length or the width will follow the aspect. If you do prefer, please keep the box checked. So other than the dimension, the size and angle, under this option you can also have the option to have a fill color. In this case there is a transparent fill. If you prefer to have a different fill, these are the options that you can go for. This is the color of the line of the vector. Okay, whether the line type is cutting or drawing, here is where you can define whether it's for cut or to draw. Other than that, you can add text if you wish. Okay, under the menu text you can choose the font that you prefer for the cutout. So these are the basics options that you can have. Now for the advanced option, you can have an image trace. So on the top menu there is this icon for image tracing. Click on it, choose your file. I would say prefer to have a file that has a black and white contrast, such that it's easy for the app to trace and recognize. Okay, so once you have select a file, you are greeted with these tracing options: outline or color. Okay, so in this case, since it's black and white, we're gonna trace based on color. I will select remove background. So before we click on OK, it's always the best practice to preview to make sure that the app is able to trace the image correctly. So in this case, once you click on preview, you should see a highlighted neon blue or green around the color that you have or the image that you have. Okay, once that is done, you can click on OK, and it will ask you whether you want to you want to paste the selected image. In this case, I no longer need the image, so I click on no, and there you have it. So I have the shape of the sparrow. Okay, another advanced technique that you can do is that you can download readily available designs of vectors of the net. So you can click on SVG, import SVG, and choose the file that you download off the net. Sometimes you may wish to clean up the file. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of editing here. The fill color is wrong. I'll make it into transparent fill, and then that's where you can see the design. Now each line is actually individual. As you can see here, is individual. However, there's a technique that's called grouping. So how do I do that is that I will click and drag over all the lines that I want to be in a group. I click on edit. Under edit, there are several options that I can do. Okay, so one of which is to group. As you can recall, previously each line or each curve was individual. Now I can click on group. It now groups all the curves into one unit. As you can see, it moves all as one. Okay, furthermore, under edit, I could create a offset line. I can flip. So to recap, what we have learned is that we have gone through on how to create your own account, access and create your own project, understand there are basic shapes, how to access the basic shapes, trace image, import designs that are available from the net. Now, once you have created your designs and you wish to get that design out onto the Brother cutting machine, all you need to do is to remove any unwanted designs. First, okay, let's say I want this design as my main design. Make sure the rest of the designs disappear or deleted, and I click on download, and it will ask you which file transfer method. In this case, there's only one option: download to PC as a FCM file. So click on that, and it will automatically download into your download folder.
First of all, you need to make sure that the cutting mat is in the correct orientation. Make sure the orientation, the arrow is pointing upwards. This will show you that this is the right way to enter the cutting machine. Okay, so you can see here on the top left is the 0.0 and 0x and 0y axis. So on a new piece of mat, it should be sticky, but over time the stickiness, the tackiness will wear and deteriorate. So in this case, whatever material that you wish to cut, make sure it is placed zeroed on the top left and held down by masking tape. Okay, once this is done, the cutting mat is ready. Hi guys, so we are back at the Scan and Cut DX machine. Once you have designed and saved your file in a thumb drive, insert the thumb drive on the right hand side. Okay, this is the main menu. Select Retrieve Data, press on the USB icon. This will access your USB content. Select the folder that you wish to access, and now select the file that you wish to cut. So take note that the files should be in FCM format. Okay, identify this is the correct file that you wish. Click on OK. Here it will give you an additional step to edit your file. Okay, if you wish to do last minute editing or last minute changes, you can click on edit. Click on the multi-direction arrows to adjust the positioning of your vector file. Okay, other than that, there are some simple edits that you can do. Here is to resize your design. This is to duplicate extra cuts of your design. Rotate your design. This will flip your design. Thicken your lines, create an offset line, or instead of cutting a straight line, it will cut a dotted line. Okay, so these are some of the edits that you can do before you cut your design. And there is a final step which asks you to cut or to draw. So in this case, I wish to cut, and it will not allow you to start until you insert a cutting mat. Make sure the alignment is correct, the corners are on the grooves of the machine. Okay, make sure the cutting medium, cutting paper is secured onto the cutting mat. Press on the second button. It will retract and load the cutting mat. Then you can press on the start button.